What? Cooking! So I've been reading this book called My Experiments with Truth, which happens to be the autobiography of one of the most well-known people in the world, Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi. I had another thought come into my mind. Why don't I try living like Gandhi-Ji for 1 week? Before we get started, let me clear up a few points. I am not doing this with any kind of political or social agenda hidden within my mind. I am doing this completely out of my self-interest, and hopefully I want to add something into my daily schedule that might help me. So without further ado, here is the routine I'll be following.
It's getting serious on this track, fam.
Hey guys, so tomorrow is the day that I'll be starting the 7-day routine from, and time is 9:27, so we'll call it 9:30. And like I said, I'll be going to bed early. The one thing that I want to make extremely clear is that I'm not sticking to every minute of the schedule, because I'm not going to be going to bed at exactly 9 o'clock at night. But the idea is to go to bed early, so that's exactly what I'm going to be doing for the next 7 days. Hopefully. So I guess I'll call it a night now. See you guys tomorrow. Hopefully at 4.
Hey guys, so it turns out that the damn mosquitoes won't let me sleep, and I had to go out on an all-out mosquito search at 12 o'clock in the morning. So a little side note, when I was trying to find the mosquito in the dark, I electrocuted myself, my ear. So now I'm wide awake. Thank you, mosquitoes. Morning everyone, it's 4 o'clock. And yes, I did wake up. Morning community prayers, writing, work or rest. I don't really know what kind of work a person has at 4 o'clock in the morning, but I do understand the writing part. So I'm going to brush my teeth and then sit down to write something. Let's do this. It's 5 o'clock now and I'm done writing. So I have about 200 pages left to complete this book. So hopefully I'll get done by the end of this routine. So this is the time that Gandhiji spared to take a sun bath. Since I have no one that dedicated to massage my head, I might as well just sit down in the sun. It also happens to be the day of Gauri Ganesha Chaturthi, which is a very big deal over here in India. It is celebrated extremely grandly, but this time because of the pandemic, most of us are forced to stay indoors. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm not much of a morning person, but I don't have to struggle a lot to wake up early. Now I've woken up at 5 o'clock for a decent amount of time in my life, but waking up at 4 o'clock is a whole different ball game. And doing this for 1 day isn't much of a big deal. Doing this consistently for a good period of time is, you just have so much time on your hands. Every day feels a lot longer. While Gandhiji did follow a strictly fruit and vegan diet, I wasn't able to do so because as of now, given my age, I think that it's sensible to not go all out vegan at this age. Now I know that there are going to be a lot of people who say that age has nothing to do with your diet, but this is just my opinion. Another thing that I wanted to note is that this isn't much of a big deal because you still are getting 7 hours of solid sleep every night. You go to bed at 9 and wake up at 4. And even if you can't wake up at 4, you go to bed at 10 and wake up at 5. It still is 7 hours of sleep. Now let me be honest with you, the 1 to 4 hour period of work and correspondence didn't really work for me. because I found out that I am a lot more productive when I take regular breaks in between.
Waking up early has been known as a great thing to do. The one thing that has most definitely changed from back then to now is how people function at night. You would pretty much go to sleep out of boredom, but now we have access to almost the entire world when you think about it. And this has changed how we behave after the sun goes to rest.
So what I think is that I've learned as much as I could from this routine. So I think that this is a good time to put a nail in the head. Is that the right phrase? The one thing that I have learned is that this routine is something not everyone can follow in given our current lifestyles. Our lifestyles is where everything almost pretty much depends on everything that we do after the sun sets. I did have a lot of fun doing this.
So I think I'll be putting this routine to rest now because I think this is as far as I'm going to get with. I hate to be the one to end it right before the finish line, but I'm not going to lie to you. I did not wake up at 4 o'clock every single day. Also, shout outs to all the Indian mothers who wake up every single morning. But I did learn a ton from waking up early. Another thing that I've come to notice is that people back then, despite the fact that both of us have 24 hours, had a lot more productive time on their hands because they most definitely did not have a lot of distractions, nor the resources to distract themselves with. I mean, all you had back then were books and probably a radio. This sheds light on how much the internet and screens have impacted our lives. I did learn a lot from this routine. I hope you have too. So, until next time,